Lawmakers are in Baton Rouge for the start of a very special legislative session to consider sweeping changes in the state's criminal justice system.
Yeah, Paul Murphy is at the Capitol with a full report for us tonight. Paul?
Katie Charisse, today Governor Jeff Landry addressed House and Senate members for about 45 minutes, laying out his tough on crime agenda. He spent some time talking about the crime problems in the city of New Orleans and promised help is on the way. Governor Landry says crime is plaguing the state and holding us back. He's asking lawmakers to get tough on lawbreakers and repeal soft on crime policies that he says enable criminals and hurt our communities.
That the goal of the criminal justice reform should not be about letting people out of jail. It should be about how to keep people from going to jail.
Among the 24 tough on crime-related items on Landry's agenda for the special session are expanding methods to carry out death row executions, restricting parole eligibility, lowering the age at which young offenders can be prosecuted in adult court, and increasing penalties for certain crimes such as carjacking. Landry mentioned the horrific 2022 carjacking and murder of 73-year-old Linda Fricky in New Orleans as an example of why the crime requires harsher penalties.
Those who make the decision to carjack someone in Louisiana, hear me clearly, they better hope the car is full of gas and can take them where we can never find them. Because when we do, they will spend a long, long time in jail.
State Representative Mark Wright, a Covington Republican, thanked the governor for making crime reduction a priority.
Sending a message, making sure the public understands that we're on the watch. We've tried some things 8 years ago. We want to look, it hasn't necessarily worked. We want to look at some new things.
But some lawmakers fear the governor's proposals will roll back a package of criminal justice reforms passed by the legislature in 2017.
We plan to point out ideas that we think should have been included in the call. Investments in education, investments in mental health, investments in housing, investments in infrastructure, investments in all of the things that are going to reduce crime and stop it from happening.
Council for a Better Louisiana, the Public Affairs Research Council, and the Committee of 100 issued a joint statement about the items in the special session. They said reversing course to jail large numbers of low-risk and non-violent people carries too hefty a cost for taxpayers.
We really made progress with the criminal justice reforms of a few years ago. I mean, the evidence suggests that it saved the state money. We reinvested in people who were getting out of jail, and by all accounts, it really worked. Moving backwards is not the right step in our opinion.
The 16-day session must end by March 6th.
So today, I ask you to place the voices of the tired, the weary, and the broken-hearted victims of crime above the irresponsible rhetoric that is destroying our quality of life.
And this afternoon, lawmakers suspended their rules so they can begin considering bills tomorrow rather than having to lay over for a day. So committee debate begins first thing in the morning. We're live at the state capitol. Paul Murphy, WWL, Louisiana.